How's it going, everyone? This is Ron from YotaConnectors.com, and today we're going to be covering the installation process of the Mark III Supra's fog light adapter. This adapter is a plug-and-play unit that will let you turn your fog lights on without your headlights being turned on. For those picture-perfect moments where you just need your fogs on, now you can do it. This adapter will also turn off the fog lights when the key goes to the off position, so you don't have to worry about your battery dying when you leave your fog lights on. So the installation tools you'll need for this are a deep 10mm socket and then a Phillips head screwdriver. In this case, I'm using a number 2. Today we're going to be covering the installation process for the pre-89, or the black wire. However, the post-89, the green wire one, is essentially the same. However, again, in I think 1990, the dash actually changed, so you'll actually use the 10mm wrench in a few different places. Alright, so the first thing you want to remove is the door sill plate. It's just 4 Phillips head screws. And the second thing we want to remove is the under dash panel here, where your hood latch, or your hood pull is. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on a pre-89, and on a post-89, rather a post-90, you'll actually have 10mm heads on that kick, or that dash panel as well, and it'll be in 2 pieces. There'll be an upper and then a lower. The lower, I think, is just purely screws, but I think you'll need to remove both for the post-89, or rather the 90 and up. Then after that, you want to remove your dead pedal here. That's 2 Phillips head screws. Sorry for the light. And then finally, I'm going to remove this kick panel here. And at the back, there will be a 10mm head M6 nut. After you remove that, you'll be able to pull this out towards the back of the car, and there'll be 3 clips, if they're still there, in this piece going up. And just be careful when you pull that out. They may fall off, or they may stay on the body. So keep an eye out. Okay, to remove this sill plate, after you remove the 4 Phillips head screws, simply get your fingers underneath the edge and then just pull up. And do that at every point where there was a screw. And then sit this to the side. Next, you want to remove the dead pedal. I'm going to bring a light in so you can actually see what we're doing. Just a moment. Okay, so here we have the dead pedal. It's 2 Phillips screws. One thing to note when you go to remove this dead pedal, if it hasn't been removed recently, you may want to take a small screwdriver, a small flathead, or even a razor blade. Be careful if you use that, and clean out the notches or the grooves for the actual Phillips driver. A lot of times these things, from years of driving, get filled up with dirt, and if you attempt to remove it without cleaning it, you could potentially strip the grooves out, and then you'll be fighting to get these things out. So after you take the screws out, it's as simple as pulling up. I can set that to the side. Okay, so at the back there, that's the 10mm head M6 nut. And just get your deep socket and take it out. It shouldn't be too tight. Alright, so got the nut off, and before we go any further with that panel, we need to remove the lower dash panel. So there'll be, now I have a carbon fiber hood, so there's no cable here. However, there's 2 Phillips head screws there. There's one right there. One here. And on the other side. And then finally one there. And this is for the pre-89. The post-89 has hardware in similar locations. However, I believe you'll have a 10mm head M6 here and the other side. Potentially a few more. So we'll go ahead and pop that panel out. And when you remove this with the cable attached, this will actually slip through this panel, so you can completely take it out. Alternatively, you could take the cable off the actual lever assembly. It does come off fairly easy. And then at that point you can just pull the whole panel out. And this switch panel may have to be removed temporarily to help and aid in the removal of that lower dash panel. Okay, so at this point all the hardware is out, and there is a clip at the rear of this panel. All you have to do is pull down. That actually goes around the steering column. And after you get that apart, just set it to the side. And now we can remove the side panel here. Now to do that, if you have your fuse box cover there, you want to set that to the side and then pull back towards the back of the car. Make sure you follow your clips so you don't lose those. And then after you get that out, set that to the side. And now you'll be able to access the harness for the fog light adapter. Alright, so now you can see the harness looks crazy. However, it's fairly simple. This right here is your fog light relay. And then this is the connector E1. This is the one you want to remove. So to make things easier, there's actually a tab on the back of this slide right here. And you can slide the fog adapter out and so you can access it easier. And then there is a tab on the top. Get the light in here. On this E1 connector. And you simply push that tab down and then pull it out. Now, this connector has a lot of pins, so it may be pretty tough to remove. So give it a good go, but don't pull out the wires. Okay, so at this point, you can get your fog adapter and put the connector in the body side. And as I said before, there's a lot of pins in this connector, so this will be fairly difficult. You may have to put a little bit extra force into this, but if it feels like something's wrong, check your pins. If you just look inside of that connector, that's the male side because it has the male pins. Make sure that they're all aligned properly. If any of them are bent out of shape, the connector will not go in, and you will damage the pins if you keep on forcing it. So it's a fine line between it's a fine line between the amount of force required to push it in and enough force to damage it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, get the connector in, and then show you the other side. Alright, that was a little bit more difficult than I expected. However, as you can see, it does go in. Now, to note, these are aftermarket connectors, so they're very, very close to the OE ones. However, there are slight differences in manufacturing processes, mean that there are some, like I said, slight differences. When installing it, I got it just in, and then I pushed up as I was pushing in, and then that let the pins align just right to make the connection complete. Okay, so now the other side should be a lot easier. I can go ahead and try that. Yeah, you see that side, very easy. Alright, at this point, you want to tuck this harness up and out of the way, and now we can focus on the other side, the fog light. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove this. This just wiggles off. Okay, so here is the fog light relay connector. You'll notice on the bottom here there is a key, and on the top, oh, excuse me, you see those little bumps on the corners? Those are also keys. Now the fog light adapter will have a square or a rectangular connector with those same little keyways on the top. Now the bottom does not have the center key. Now the reasoning behind this is that since this connector does not have any type of latching mechanism, you need friction to hold this together. So what you'll notice when you push it on, you'll see some stress marks forming on the center of this. That's completely normal. Now the material of this connector I thought was going to be different during the from the manufacturer. So This one does show that stress marks a bit more than my prototype did. However, it will stay on there. It shouldn't crack. If it does, just send me a message and we'll try to get it sorted. But even if it does crack, there's really no reason that it shouldn't keep on working for many years. So you want to connect the male side into the fog light body connector. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll come back and we'll do the other side. Okay, so here we can see the side is connected. You can see the stress mark there. No cracks, but it's a very tight fit. Shouldn't have to worry about it coming apart. Now for the other side, you want to look for the latching mechanism on top, and then the two keys that we looked at earlier on the fog light connector, and then on their fog relay, you want to look for that hole. That's the receiving portion of that latching mechanism, and then the keyway there and there. And installation of that is very simple. And there we go. The latching mechanism is tight. At this point, it'd be a good idea to take your body side fog light connector, put it back on its mounting tab, and you can take the fog light relay and nestle it in wherever you can find a spot for it. It won't get in the way of your kick panel or anything else. At this point, you can turn your key to on position, hit the fog light switch, and you should have fog lights. And then as soon as you turn the key off, fog light should turn off. Alright, so here we go. I'm on accessory now. I'm going to on. Fog lights on, headlights are off. And you can see my fog light is on. Alright, I'm going to turn the key off. And you can see my fog light is now off. Okay, so that covers the installation process of the YotaConnectors MKIII Supra fog light adapter. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this product, contact Ron via Facebook, the website YotaConnectors.com, or here in the comments. And a big shout out to all the people who participated in the group buy pre-order. Without you guys, this product would have never come out. Well, at least it wouldn't have come out this quick. So again, big shout out to you guys. Thanks. And oh yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this installation video provides a lot of helpful insight on the installation process of this. So thanks again for watching and have a good one. This has been Ron with YotaConnectors.com. See you later.